everybody. Thank you for being here in Puerto Rico. And before I get started, in case you're wondering, no, I am not the junior staffer of the governor. I am actually the governor of Puerto Rico. It is very exciting to have you all here. This has been a long road for many stakeholders in Puerto Rico wanting to bring ICANN over here. It started way back in 2012, and they have been making their argument ever since. Finally, we had the opportunity, but then, as in with other occasions, natural occurrence happened. As you may have heard, the most devastating storm in the recent history, in our recent modern history, hit Puerto Rico. We were concerned at that moment that, as had happened in previous occasions, the event might not happen. But I want to take the opportunity and thank the leadership of ICANN, because even at the face of peril, they trusted in our team, they believed in the people of Puerto Rico, and they knew that we could do a world-class event over here. So on behalf of the people of Puerto Rico, thank you for your leadership and thank you for your support. This is very cool, by the way. I had never spoken with subtitles before. ICANN it is really exciting for me to have ICANN over here. It's aside from being the governing body for naming domains and in the world and in the internet, it is a global community that is empowered by innovation, forward thinking, collaboration, and getting things right down to policy and execution. I think it's clear that the internet would not be what it is today without ICANN. And the reason is because there exists this global community of folks that are looking for better ideas, are listening to each other, are examining standards and best practices, and are finding ways to make those practices happen. As I said and mentioned on my earlier statements, over here in Puerto Rico, we had a catastrophic event. And I would be remiss if I didn't use this opportunity to solicit your help for the people of Puerto Rico. Before the storm, we had been in the administration for about 8 months. And our view was that any economic development and socioeconomic development model had to include very explicitly science, innovation, and transparency as a critical component. Now, after the storm and as we rebuild, those pillars are even more important than ever before. We're looking to find ways to rebound from the disaster, but more so to use this catastrophic event as an opportunity to leapfrog into the future. Puerto Rico was carrying the burdens of an immobile government and lackluster infrastructure. And now we have the opportunity to change that. But it is a small window of opportunity, and in order to do so, we need the very best, we need the very brightest, we need all your support to see if we can create a collaboration similar to ICANN so that we can draw a path forward for a new Puerto Rico. I can tell you that we are fully committed to treating this as a blank canvas so that we can innovate and test standards over here, so that we can show how innovation can really change a jurisdiction and can change the lives of the people here in Puerto Rico. It is my commitment to work with you, and it is our team's commitment to work with you. It is so evident that we want to do this that we've named a Chief Innovation Officer in Puerto Rico, and a chief information officer as well. We have them both working together so that we can isolate all those critical areas in the rebuilding process so that we can have a better and stronger Puerto Rico. Now here's what I envision. I envision that as we move on from these trying times, in the next 5 years we'll be able to rebuild and innovate and be a model in our region, that we'll be able to have an energy grid that's modern and effective and mostly renewables, that we'll be able to change a government that has a huge set of regulations that don't allow it to move, and to make it slimmer, better, and more effective for the people of Puerto Rico, to have a reform on education and on healthcare so that we can have access to the folks here in Puerto Rico to better health. Those are the things that are aligned with rebuilding the infrastructure, and I feel that we can get there, but we can only get there if we implement some of the same principles that you have implemented over here. So I'm asking you, as governor, for your help, for your collaboration. Our team will be here the next couple of days. They will be talking to you to see how we can extract that knowledge and how we can implement it in Puerto Rico, to see how we can foster the best practices and standards and make sure that we have a playing field over here that can show results. And at the risk of overusing a pun, you know, there are many people that think that this is not going to happen in Puerto Rico, that the challenges are too steep, that we're not going to get too far because of the devastation. My expectation is that with your collaboration, with your help, with the commitment of our government, we'll have the people of Puerto Rico saying, yes, I can. Thank you very much. God bless.